Some harbors are very restrictive to the length of mooring pennants and some aren't, but you're always going to want a mooring pennant that's appropriate for the size vessel. All right, let's talk about mooring pennants. This enables you to take your vessel and tie it up to a mooring buoy in a particular harbor somewhere. You take into some of the things we consider for dock lines. You need to consider the size of the cleats you have on deck that the eye is going to go into, what your head rig is like, do you have a little bowsprit or not, and all of those will be choices. How exposed is the mooring field? Is it exposed to a lot of 3, 4, 5 foot chop when it blows real hard? Or is it in a river like the Hudson River and you're upriver somewhere, but there's a lot of current? There's generally 3 types. There's a single mooring pennant, which is what we have here in front of us, and it'll just have an eye with a thimble in it on one end, and it'll have a soft eye in the other end that goes up to the vessel. It'll also typically have, this is the Chafe Pro that we discussed in another video, where it can slide up and down so you can put it wherever the chock is on your bow to make sure that the line doesn't receive chafe. We can also do a double mooring pennant where you'd have 2 of these exactly the same length, but you'd have a galvanized, what we call pair link, that connects these 2 together, and that pair link is what gets shackled to the top of the mooring ball. Some people like double mooring pennants. It's twice the strength, and you run up one on each side of the other. These mooring pennants can also be what we call a Y pennant, where you'll have one leg coming off the mooring ball, and then it splits into 2 mooring pennants that go up to each side of the bow. That's another configuration. So those are the 3 common ones. And again, diameter of mooring pennants are based on the size of the vessel, exposure to the elements, the weight of the vessel, how much windage it has. And these can be done in galvanized, they can be done in stainless. Typically, they're mostly nylon double braid mooring pennants. If you have a bowsprit or any kind of an extension off the vessel, such as a large bow pulpit, if you're a fishing boat or something, this is where we get into, if it's your regular mooring, then we're going to want to make sure that you either have a double mooring pennant or this Y pennant. We obviously don't want that bowsprit stays and the martingales and the bowsprit shrouds, rubbing on this line. So we can do that by designing the mooring pennant to fit that head rig. And then, of course, putting in chafe gear at the appropriate spots. We do well over 1,000 mooring pennants a year, fabricate custom here. We do the size of the eye. We can also put floats on them, bullet floats that we seize in place so that this stays on the surface for the mariner and doesn't sink, because we all know nylon does not float, it sinks. And some people like this to stay on the surface. So we can also dip these in a water-based urethane product that reduces, 1, the UV damage, but 2, keeps marine growth at a minimum.